The status of women throughout society has varied throughout time. The position of women in early society was little. Women were considered to be slaves. This opinion is adequate to some extent, for men were dominant to women in society. For instance, husbands had sole power of their wives and daughters, and were entitled to trade their wives and daughters or dispose of them as they pleased. In general, women were considered to be inferior to men. They had limited freedom and lived to serve their husbands. Not only were women considered mentally lesser, but also physically lesser. Looking at ancient Rome, women had no legal rights and did not participate in any public matters. The only job of women was to care for their children and husbands and do housework. In ancient Greece, women weren't even considered citizens within their civilization. They had separate rooms than their husbands and were not allowed in public without permission and supervision. However, women in ancient Egypt had just as many rights as men. They could divorce their husbands, participate in trade, and own property. This relates more to women's status in society today. Women today, in American culture, seem to have more power in their home than their husbands. Wives tend to make the decisions regarding domestic and social matters. However, still to this day, there are many issues involving women in the workplace. They still have less status than men in the business world. Very few women are in high executive positions and are considered unfit to be in such a position. Women that do manage to climb their way up to the top then have problems being respected by their colleagues. Women's status in society is still changing to this day and can continuously be analyzed.